The Roswell crash is the most famous UFO incident. Unlike a lot of others, it's managed to work its way into popular culture. It's right up there with the Loch Ness Monster and the Patterson Gimlin footage. This incident took place in July of 1947 when a rancher near Roswell, New Mexico, discovered a debris field on his ranch and reported it to authorities. The Air Force went to investigate. From there, things get kind of complicated. An Air Force officer named Jesse Marcel would lead a small expedition to recover the debris. He would take it back to base. Then it would be reported to the press that parts of a flying saucer had been recovered. Then it would be reported that it was a weather balloon that was recovered. So the story changes here. It changes from an extraterrestrial craft to something mundane. But decades later, after Marcel had retired, he would come out and claim that it had been an extraterrestrial craft the whole time. To complicate things further, the Air Force would go on to declassify the incident, claiming that it was actually a top secret experiment to fly high altitude balloons which would detect atomic tests going on in the Soviet Union. This was called Project Mogul, and the story was that they just said it was a weather balloon to cover up a sensitive project. I'm not sure that I buy this story. It seems highly unlikely that an Air Force officer active during the Cold War would mistake parts of a weather balloon for that of an aircraft. If you look at the famous photo of him posing with the debris, he's got this look on his face that just says, "Are you kidding me?" There's no way that someone would mistake tinfoil and cloth and balsa wood for metal for debris from a spacecraft. There are also reports of burned and mangled bodies being taken to the base hospital where medical personnel examined them and were astonished to find that they weren't human. Again, it seems unlikely to me that anybody, especially trained medical professionals, would mistake even a badly damaged body for that of an extraterrestrial. But apparently, the reports of recovered bodies didn't appear till much later. Of course, what crashed there might not have been alien in origin, it might have been an experimental aircraft that the Air Force wanted to keep under wraps, so they invented this weird counter intel story about a flying saucer. These were big in the news at the time. I've noticed that when people speculate about this incident, they never really seem to bring up that possibility. It's always either the full, "this is debunked, we're going with the official government story," or it was definitely a flying saucer full of gray aliens. Regardless of what the debris were, it seems odd that the Air Force had to be told about them by outsiders. If it really was this top secret spy balloon and they did lose track of it, did they try to find it? Did they send out recon flights looking for it? And if so, why didn't they locate it? Because it was said to be a fairly large debris field. The same is true if it was an experimental aircraft. Even if they somehow lost track of it, they, I would think, would have found it pretty quick. And of course, if it was a UFO, you would think they would be monitoring it. If it's that close to a major Air Force installation, it's probably there checking them out, checking out atomic programs. Another great question is, why did it crash in the first place? Did the Air Force shoot it down because it was spying on them? And if so, why didn't they make an effort to find the crash site? Did something go wrong that caused it to crash? You would think that a spacecraft that's traveled for millions of miles, that's the product of a highly advanced civilization, wouldn't just crash. It would happen every now and again. Nothing's perfect, but these things seem to crash an awful lot, and it's kind of a gaping hole in the whole story. The Roswell incident has become legendary. The town is now a tourist attraction. It's had a major impact on popular culture. It's been featured in a lot of movies, a lot of episodes of TV shows, and even entire TV shows. Regardless of what happened in Roswell, it's left one hell of a legacy.